I know I said I wasn't going to buy this machine, especially with that ugly notch, but I'm gonna eat so much crow after this video. So you're looking at the new 2021 or even 2022 M1 Pro MacBook Pro. Now this has been one of the most highly anticipated laptops of 2021, and it's still one of the highest demands of Apple's computers as their shipments have been pushed back all the way to April and May. This machine has not only got so many people hyped and excited for the Mac, but this is the first time in a long time where the versatility is back, the computer is back to basics, and it's basically everything that a pro user would need. Now for myself, I decided to opt for the 14-inch M1 Pro with 32 gigabytes of RAM and a 1 terabyte hard drive. That's enough for me. The retail price for this thing can range up to $3,000 and more. And I'm telling you, man, some people do not need that kind of performance for $3,000. You could probably put a down payment on a car for $3,000, or maybe afford your next bill at the house. But there are people like me that have a need and a desire and an upgrade. So I did that, and of course with a college discount and also trade-in, 14-inch M1 Pro MacBook is sitting right here on my desk. Now, during this video, I will also compare it side by side with the 5-year-old 15-inch that it will be replacing. This is the Intel i7 model. I've had this since 2017. It's been a great computer, but it is showing its age, and the timing was perfect. So as you know, with every Apple fashion, they show you everything you need to know in the back. See, it says right here, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte. You don't need 32 gigabytes if you think 16 is enough for you, but because I use Final Cut and also multitask a lot, this is definitely needed. So let's open it up. As you know, Apple has a beautiful unboxing. Just pull and just peel it off. Let's check this bad boy out. Sounds like a fresh Chinese factory. Always do that. They definitely improved the footprint. We'll take a look at this. It actually feels very nice. Before we look at the machine, let's quickly take a look what's in the box. We've got our paperwork here, got everything you need to know, and of course, something I've been looking forward to, black Apple stickers. That's a first for me. So we got that. We also got a new charger, the 96 watt fast charger, which is something that they talk about on their website. So definitely something you want to pick up if you want fast charging. And one of the biggest things that I have been so excited for ever since the MacBook first came out is MagSafe. Now, the original 15-inch model that got redesigned, they took away MagSafe. So it's really nice to see MagSafe make a return, and it is a braided cable, so it will not fray and it will not break as easily as the older ones. And it will fast charge your MacBook. It does support power delivery, but it is great being able to finally have a feature that everybody and their moms have used. I never had the chance to use it, but now I do. So this is going to be amazing. And of course, you can still use USB-C. So you plug your USB-C input, and this is the MagSafe connector. So if you're on a table, if you walk away, boom, it'll protect your MacBook. They come in these new paper kind of boxings, so they replace the plastic. Ooh. This is nice. So first thing right off the bat, it is much lighter, obviously, but it does feel kind of hollow. It doesn't feel as heavy. So let's quickly, just before we open it up, you can see the blueprint for the 14-inch. It is, if you can see, I don't know if you can make it out, if you want to take a look here at the edge, but if you can tell, it is slightly thicker than the 15-inch, but that's because of better air support and also some stuff we're going to show in just a second. But from a performance perspective, this machine, if you look at it, it's literally a difference in size. So you're going to see the difference right here, and it's amazing to say the least. But moving on, the thing that makes this MacBook special is all the ports finally added. So on the old one, you had 4 Thunderbolt USB-C ports. Now you have an HDMI port, thank goodness. A Thunderbolt 4 USB-C port on this side with an SD card slot for video editing. You have your MagSafe connector, 2 USB-Cs, and a headphone jack with a high-res DAC built in. But the real magic is on the inside with that ugly notch, which we'll just take a look in just a second. Once I set it up, once we get it going, then we'll do another comparison with speakers and stuff. So open it up. As soon as you open it, it boots up right away. There we go. Let's pull this screen off. And boom, 14-inch MacBook Pro. Now, for me, I thought that this would be small, but it actually fits my hands. As you can see, we have a new keyboard. They no longer have the touch bar, and it also ditches the butterfly keys because they've been ditched it. So now they have, let's see here. So this is what it is. So let's take a look just for a second. So let's turn off the computer. I don't know if you can, but you can see the screen is 120 hertz. It is a beautiful Super Retina XDR display, and if you listen to the keys, they have more feedback, and it feels very nice to type on. It feels like this keyboard here, so it's actually nice that they were able to keep that, and you have Touch ID. This is just a small comparison, not to be big, but basically this is the 14-inch, and this is my 15-inch MacBook Pro. Now, at first glance, obviously they're different. This one's a lot smaller, but if you notice, this huge bezel is no longer there, so you have more screen to body with the ugly notch. But after using it for a few hours, I actually like the way Apple kind of hid it, so it actually doesn't really stand out as much, so I'm kind of glad Apple worked a way around that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this display, this is 120 hertz, so when you scroll or do anything, it's much more smoother, whereas on the older one, you can notice the difference in the screen. So this is 60 hertz and this is 120 hertz. This is a Super XDR display. Now, in terms of the keyboards, they are almost the same. Obviously, no touch bar. The only thing I miss on this keyboard is the light, because if you want to turn on the key lights, you have to do them in the settings. But having physical keys at the top is better. The Touch ID is no longer a piece of glass. It's actually embedded into the power button. Now, in terms of the sound of the keyboard, because this is the butterfly and this is the chiclet style. Oh, 1 second. But if you couldn't hear that, basically this one has more of a thump to it. So you hear the difference. Trackpad, obviously, is going to be a lot bigger, but this is a nice size trackpad. And the last thing to really compare is the speaker quality. And this is full volume. Hint, channel sound. Okay, now new MacBook Pro. Also, that's a little Easter egg to my YouTube channel, so that should be something you notice right away. Full volume on this one as well. Let's hear the difference. Ooh, okay. A lot more cleaner. Sounds a lot more. This one was a little bit more. Oh yeah. This one's got better bass, and it has a nice more pronunciation, more detail. It doesn't sound more high pitched like this one. So that's really the 14-inch MacBook Pro. Obviously, this is going to replace this for me, and I will do a full review on it once I finish using it. But honestly, first impressions, I've actually enjoyed using it from my time, and I will miss this one. This has been with me for 5 years, but on to better, I suppose. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the MacBook Pro 14-inch? And if you have any questions or anything you want to know, write me in the comments. I will let you guys know. That is it for this episode of Technoid. Thank you for watching, and peace!